Hello, this is Eli Bochamp with episode 3 of my online miniseries, Immigration, the Colombia Factor. Before I go on, I would like to implore that you please subscribe to my channel, like and share my video. The information that I'm about to give you is not known by many people and won't be reported to you by the mainstream media. So please subscribe to my channel. That's all I'm asking, not for money. You have no idea how much you're helping me if you subscribe to my channel. That's all I need. On the previous episode, we talked about the three sisters, and we were talking about the younger sister. Now we're adding a cousin to the mix. Again, we're adding a cousin to the mix, and yes, the cousin is related to the sisters. Now, sister number 3 decides to immigrate here illegally because of a boy. Boy dumps her. Love story's over. Now she's in Springfield, Illinois, working 2 jobs. Yes, they say illegal immigrants are not taking American jobs, but I don't know what you would call that. I'll let you make that call. So she's working 2 jobs. Now, how did she get here in the first place? Well, while social media platforms are busy deplatforming and censoring free speech and deplatforming everyday Americans, the cartels are busy, and human smugglers and human traffickers and people in charge of the sexual slave trade are using social media platforms. So on social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, American citizens or permanent legal residents around the Springfield, Illinois area and other states are luring 9 young women from Colombia between the ages of 18 and 25. By the way, I will let you find the modus operandi of those cartels or human traffickers. Again, 9 young women between the ages of 18 and 25, and 1 additional young woman between 14 and 17. And again, as 9 adult young women between 18 and 25, and then a child between 14 and 17, all females. They're being financed up to $5,000 per person. And what are they financing? They're financing their passport in Colombia so they can travel by plane to Mexico. While in Mexico, they got to make it look good so the Mexican authorities do not return them to Colombia, because that is a thing. Yes, if you don't have a credible or believable story, you will be deported from Mexico, and that is the Mexican government that does it. So they finance a 5-day resort for them in Playa del Carmen, Acapulco, or Cancun. So again, these people that do not have the means to migrate to the U.S. legally are flown into Mexico City, financed by American citizens or permanent legal residents. The reports I have is with the sister number 3, it was a judge, a district attorney, and their employees in the Springfield, Illinois area that financed this. 9 young women between 18 and 25, and a minor female child between 14 and 17 years old. Up to $5,000 each, which is about $50,000. They stay at a resort, and then they fly them into either the Monterey area so they can go to El Paso, Texas border, or to the Chula Vista border in California. Now, sister number 3 chose El Paso, Texas. Now, she was not running from ICE. They're not running from ICE. The consignment is to find Border Patrol and turn themselves in, knowing that the current administration would release them into the general population, would parole them. So that's what happened. Now, might I tell you, for about 4 weeks, her family of sister number 3 did not know where she was at, whether she was kidnapped, whether the cartels had her, whether she was being raped, whether she had been sold into sexual slavery, or even if she was dead. That is the story of many young women and children at our border that the current administration cares nothing about. They talk about racism when we say we need to send them back. But it's not racism when they're dying, when children are misplaced, have been disappeared in their watch. So again, that's not racism, but it is racism to say that they should migrate to this country legally. Now, if you think that is not enough of an MO, let's talk about the cousin. Cousin has a good job, a good paying job in Colombia. She decides that she wants to migrate here illegally. She too gets the resort stay. She too gets paid for her passport, for her flights to Mexico City. And then also they finance her whole way up to the Chula Vista border. She turns herself into CBP. That's the consignment. She needs to her. But she also traveled with 9 young women between the ages of 18 and 25, and a minor child, female child, between 14 and 17. Now, the cousin is 23 years old. She's already been released, even though she was also reported to ICE as not needing political asylum. She was released. She's in Gavin Newsom's state. She's in the state of California, San Diego to be precise, already holding a job. And she's also driving for Uber. If you remember my first episode where I talked about illegal immigrants being able to get driver's licenses, well, this happened for both sister number 3 and the cousin within the last 6 months. So she already has a driver's license and is driving for transportation network companies, rideshare app. And she's already working a job. That is what is happening in our country. Americans, criminals here in the U.S., the cartels, and this administration, it's looking the other way, while human traffickers and human smugglers are selling children and young women into sexual slavery and hard labor. And no one is doing anything about it. It's time to send them all back. They had a good life in their country. There's no reason for them to be here. They don't need political asylum. They need to go and make their country great again.